Grand Rising. Hey, y'all. I'm giving out another reading on here. It's a collective here. I'm just going to call it Hungry Hippos. you know, saying like the hungry the hippo get one to eat. I believe it's like the hungry hippo game from Tanner. If that resonate or signifies to anything about Tanner. My understanding about the game is a child game. Let me give out the information, okay? Give it up the information that's going on and the energy, okay? Give our ancestors of their praise. Give the Most High first. He gets everything. So, guardians of the four. It says the guardians of the four corners, Mother of the Earth, Father in the Sky, angels and ancestors, sacred ones. I call on you and welcome you here and now. I set attention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from the tool will be dedicated to the growth of all being in all places. Amen. Ashe. Once again, Grand Rising of the 12th cycle. I'm a spiritual teacher, also as a philosopher. I bring things from hidden things to bring to light. I decided that I am 777 as well. I bring into the world for you to bring in the world, that you're able to do the things in the. Now I'm bringing in about the energy, and a lot of it, the things is different. It's not supposed to be like everybody. Everybody own place on the stage. Sometimes you just have to be who you are. Now, the last video was about as a high priestess. There was a high priest that was a witch. She had a choice to do that. Not she didn't have to. She had a choice. She didn't have to be in a dark witch. She could have been a light. A witch is still of a mediumship of a priest or a priestess. Now, the understanding, when it went through so much of this whole genre, I call it, there's a whole lot going on, 400. And I noticed that the ancestors pulling the energy back from past, from 1600, 1492, and 16, and even 1691 and 1692. And the energy that it was about the kings and the Roman and the priest and witches and high priests, and some of these were lights and darks in the dark times. And I didn't know that I was bringing in a whole lot, and it is going to be like this. It's going to be past, present, and future. But sometimes it's about to go way back to past to remember things, right? It's the hidden things to bring it to light so you can remember. You deal with it, and how you deal with it ain't always good things, and always things you have to understand the balance of it and the grounded about stuff in past. Most of it's your sacred of generation of your tree. Akashic records is up in your head, so it's your own tree. So then you think about of the battle of the dark is about your own thoughts and what's in your own brain. Okay, that's your head, right? Your head is your ram. Your ram is your head of a body. Okay, that means is a person that is of your head, and that is the beginning, and that is. So when we in here talking about this, first thing, the first card that I pulled of the last video was the fourth of Earth, but I didn't go in there and get no information about it. But it's a beautiful thing about it, and fourth Earth, and that was ownership. And the beauty of divine of order, because it's divine order, is trusting in the solid foundation. Even if I feel shaken up and am unable to understand why things happen as they do, I know for the certain that divine order manifests in all aspects in my life. What I have built is rest on a solid foundation. So there is no need to fear. While it is true that nothing is permanent in the material world, I find security in it's called existence, which we call existence of all divine plan. Spirit is always there to remind me that I am exactly where I am meant to be for my highest good and the highest good of all, and that I always have abundance available to me. And this is to who resonates and signify in this order. To me, is doors are open, and that is going to give you the who, what they call it, the Holy Spirit, which you will call the Ruach Hakodesh, which will be the rock that speak expressly of a door that in the letter times shall depart from the belief given need to seduce and Rudolph, what they call it, not Rudolph, but it's Rue Kruoff is a 769, the doctrine of devils. And the reason why I did that, for a reason, because the doors is an open door and a door can go in and close one. But also to let you know when you're in the dark of dreams, what they call it, unhidden things, we're calling the realm. But when you're going through that realm, sometimes you go through a door and something come in, okay? And some things ain't always should be there when you go in that door. And you got to deal with certain things, right? But like I said, it is a reason for everything. Everything is meant for your highest good. Going through certain type of different things that a spiritual awakening that you're going through a test and trials and tribulation. What that is a time of you going through it without the fear, and you're still moving and knowing you give out the information after your ascension of the end of the test, and you can give out the information. Now, on this dream I had a while ago, maybe a year ago, and this is the dream was called King Kong watches over the saints, the light workers, is intuition. So the energy that right now I'm gonna go ahead and give you is the chakras. Number 7 is chakras. Okay, it's the root. The root is I am. Now I'm gonna get in here and give you something in here. Today is will be about Jeremiah, his letter, and Jeremiah, who was dealing with the Most High, and he was dealing with Benjamin and the family, and it was a plot and it was a betrayal. Also, he was also dealt with the king of Zedekiah, and he was dealt with the Jews and dealing with the Babylonians, and he was worried that the Jews were going to put him in a position in the Babylonian. Okay, so you had two people that was in fear in a way, and sometimes they give you the information about some people are the prophets and the kings and giving you information. I always think in the Most High place everybody in the position where they need to be. I believe that because if not, he can also move a person and put another place on another seat, and he does that all the time. But I believe that everything that the Most High manifested on everything on that 12. And the 12 is the grand order. And my understanding, it is the saints. And the saints is the 12. And how we deal with that. So let's talk about it. The Aries is the ram, okay? And the Leo and Sagittarius is a fire. Fire is about that. We just left out of there. It's all fire was in there. And there it is about creation. And it's about the orchard. And it's our filler. It's with the, I always talk with the filler. The filler is always the filler fur. Would it be philosophical and philosophize, which is the lion, and the Sagittarius. The archer is what it is. Mars is the ram, and the sun is the lion. and Jupiter it is a cardinal, okay, and it is mutable and about intuition. See, everything is here. I got a cardinal in here and I got a lion in here. The card is already in here, so just letting you know that the lion and it was the cardinal, which is this one here. Now, cardinal is also has to do with Rome. I'm gonna stick it right here. Cardinal has to do with Rome. Also, it has to do with bird. Also, it's about the red and still in the cardinal. But also, cardinal also has to do with the chariot, and chariot is a person that drives. You understand? And it has to do with victory as well. Okay, give you a lot of information what cardinal is all about. Just to give you understanding. Okay, but like I said, this is about ownership, beauty, and divine order. This is a divine order. And it was when I started at the end of it, because it was the ending of it, because it was the divine order, because that was coming through. So, sometimes we have certain people that have, are able to see certain things. And certain things, clear audience and clear all. When you are clear, you're able to see a lot of things that some people can't see. And you're in here for a reason to give out the information that other people can't see. Number 4 is in the sun. The sun is in the sun. If I'm in the sun and the sun is showing, I see number 4. 4 is the door. So that is for somebody. That signifies. That door is an escape. And so I kind of like, the reason why I said it's escape because it's a door, but also I had 2 pairs of rabbits, and the rabbit is on here too. But 2 pair means an escape. It has something as like a little thing that is 2 of them. You can't chase both of them. They both gonna escape. All right, so that is the energy on the back of this. So now I gave you the information about Jeremiah was the prophet, and prophet was he was going back and forth with that calls I have to bring the information when it says in here. Jeremiah was going back and forth with the Most High, and from my understanding, some of the things he said, and I always say you go in there and look up on his letters, and the letter of it, and also it had to do with the escape. Everybody, you going through a lot of stuff, and his is his letter, and that is in Jeremiah's letter. But he was angry. For it was he was angry. And anger has to do with, even though you are bursting inside, you need to remain calm. Dig deep and find the strength to activate the self-control that lies within you. And I'm like, some people, when you read the Bible, people are so stern. It's like, it's serious. If you don't have no compassion and to have the understanding that you're reading and to have fun with it, it's ridiculous to do even read anything. If you can't understand about the fundamental part, you ain't getting it. The part of it, the Most High was going back with with Jeremiah, and he was on him. Boy, I was just laughing, and I was like, yeah, he was on it, because basically he was letting them know about his own self. And if you feel like if you ain't the strength and you ain't the purpose, and first of all, he was tired at that, and he didn't have the tool and to be able to stand the things he needed to do because he was weak. And to me, to let you know that he was like a naive person. So this is what the naive is about. Naive is basically of a quality. It's the quality of being naive is lack of experience, of wisdom and judgment or judgment. Also, it has to do with straight. You know, one thing about naive as a person is also meaning straightforward. This is talking about truthful. The truth is true, and when you're true, you know, straightforward is straight, and straight is true. And when you dealing with that, it is a style is a deliberately rejects of there goes so there it is, and that is the sophist, what they call it, self leading. It's the philosophy of the artiste techniques, bold and direct, resembling of child work. Student can be rude, true straight. They are people perception and persuasion. Can avail and pursuing as all kinds of things. Okay, that's another thing. It's basically it's about the root of it. Because sometimes when you already know the information and you already have the wisdom, you already know what to say. But my understanding, you can look naive. It's two different things here. As a person that didn't know, or he knew it and he just didn't have the gump to stand up and to be what he already had. So I believe Jeremiah already had everything. He had insecurities within his own self. But the reason why he had insecurities is because he was dealing with his own tribe with Benjamin. And therefore, my understanding, it was a betrayal and a plot. So he started second guessing himself because they was coming for him and put him in the dang vault. And somebody had to bring him up out of there. Now, I'm just giving out the information, but it is straight way and truth is always gonna come out. Guess what? He had a letter. He is the prophet. Don't touch the prophet and don't harm the prophet because he didn't even know he had it. Remember, he didn't know what it was. If you read the story, Jeremiah tells you about the Most High selected of a prophet. It wasn't his. He was given to and scared him. Jeremiah was very, he didn't know what this was. To be honest with you, he didn't want it. He didn't want to deal with them priests and his family and certain things because of certain things that he knew, and they were so jealous about it too. It would still remind me of Joseph. It remind me how of a dream called a problem and put him and sold him out, and he ended up become a king. And then at a time of this, which would be dry, it was a drought, famine, and their family didn't have what they had. They soul saved, but it was a time that they needed. And poor of the of Joseph's father was worried out about his own son and his kids, own brothers would do that. We in a time, y'all. Let me wake y'all up. We're in a time of that season, and we're dealing with family, and you dealing with jealousy and wickedness, high places, high magic is create, and we all have it. If anybody don't have it, then this is not for you. And that means what you've been brought in the world and what came through the womb. That means that they didn't know what create was. It is magic. But look, when it get to the point that when your family come against of being given of a prophet, to be in the position, and then you have to deal with the family, friends, and the I call it community about what's been given. You got to deal with the other things that you ain't never heard, which it would be unseen up under the spiritual of it. My understanding, I have been through for a couple years, and I've been on what they call a dark soul, or I call it is the port of the navel of the journey in the belly, meaning getting ready to birth, as meaning of that of ascension going on high. You give out information about the intuition, how you feel about it, but how you try to keep a grounding of you dealing with different things spiritual. And some things you don't know all the information, but you try to be as a good purpose and a person to be, but sometimes you be radiant. So you're dealing with different things of dark and light. And when you're dealing with the different types of dark stuff, the hidden things, there's a lot of things you don't know about certain things spiritual when you go on your generational tree of past. So most of it is a point of view that you have to deal with a part of some of the past. And some of it is have to deal with your family, friends, and family, friends, community. And some of it is just some things shouldn't be. Sometimes when you're dealing with certain things, one of the things I had, it was a video on here, and I'm gonna get on in here, and it had something to do with the, let's see, it was Soul Family Oracle shot down. I said shout down, what I call it, shout out to Soul Family Oracle. Excuse me. This was about a person you are guarded to. It says you are guarded by both angels and demons. You have the alliances. Alliances has the ALL all in, right? With light and dark. Now to give you some information in here, it says that you give a number 14 as the temperature as the angel, which we I call the earth angel, okay, and then you got a 53 has to do with Hierophant, and they call it impress, which is the Hierophant. The impress is basically to me is a Dutch, that could be as a person that's impressed that has some type of wills and contracts and deeds. And when you're dealing with the marriages, it is about either somebody's going to get married, or it is the purpose of the empress of different, it's a marriages, right? It's to be a divine order, or either going to be a divine as masculine or divine feminine. It depends of if it's going to work, because it gives you that of an eighth, and give you the lion. The lion's going to give you the information of a strong leader, but also going to give you that the person's a king or an emperor. But it depends of their energy, and the energy has got a lot to do with the eighth house. Eighth house got to do with the hidden things that has to do with Scorpio, though. That Scorpio that stings, and you're dealing with it of the past life of hidden things, and you bring it out into it for these marriages. And like I say, Earth Angel number 14 and 53, which would be the Hierophant, which would be as the bull. The bull has to do with the Taurus. Okay? So when you're dealing with Empress, and this is marriage's time, and stuff is connected with a cord, or either it's not, but you're dealing with it. Okay? Now, when you're dealing with family and friends and all of that, it lets you know if something needs, either cords need to be cut, or cords need to be, or getting married. One is you have to cut. Sometimes you have to cut cords of things in order you to go to where you need to go. So number 4 is a door. That is escape. Jeremiah was going through so much and still had audacity, and by the king and the Most High was gave him an opportunity to move and to come out of that. Now, the energy that I seen while I was doing the information I was looking on here, these are the things that I had. I had in here number 11 is the justice. and is the 9 is the ending of it, and then the 13 is the transformation of death and rebirth. So all that information that's giving you the information that has to do with the 33. That is still on the 33. Last one I did was 133. This here letting you know the energy has to do with the justice, which is karma's justice, with the ending of the ending of 9, and 9 has to do with Sagittarius. Okay, giving the information, it has to do, I already given the information what it's about. So dealing with the archer, coming from all of the orchard that's been burnt, you know, and you coming through that clean slate. But it's like you still trying to go on with your life. You are the doors is there, and let's get this. When these dark entities, they already know that you who you are. That's what they came from you in the first damn place. Okay, you got to deal with it. You know, and when you're dealing with some negative energy, these are negative, okay? But let me tell you something. You ain't got to deal with nobody that got a problem with you, which you are already in order, divine order. And they just sitting in here causing problems because they know that you done something that they didn't do. Or they sitting in the energy just to sit in your energy because they don't have none. They don't have the energy. They sitting around your energy and talking mess to you because you already have the energy. They need your energy. Now, have some respect. We respect, but understand that you're living. Okay? You don't have to hide. They hide for certain things, right? It's different type of realms. But when you are in your living and they in another type of state, and they keep telling you, but then you keep on in the light. You are the living of the light. We is the light. Okay? We ain't got to hide nothing. But when you're dealing with the spiritual of stuff, hidden things and bring it out, you only in here to bring in what they do and the hide and bring in the light. That's all we in here, because the Most High going to put everything in the closet, come out to the closet and going to fall off. Because ain't nothing hidden no more, because we're here to understand it about both. Not just one light. We dealing with dark because we have to understand it about it. It's about yourself. And it brings from past times and bad things that we don't want to deal with it, but you don't have a choice. You're going to learn to understand it about yourself and to bring the light. But when you're dealing with these other people, entities, when you have to deal with them, because they are ready for reasons to confuse you, when you already got everything that you got within yourself, if it's hidden or also is in the physical, because that's what they're going to be. And sometimes who people going to be, that's what they're going to be. Now, you give your energy, you give too much energy to these hidden spiritual witches, magicians that cause problems on the moon and cause issues. All right? But that means you don't have to give all that energy to them, because they need that energy. Because that's what a narcissistic is. They are artists. They know how to do and deal with the light worker. They come and deal with you all the time because they need your energy. Okay? They got dark energy. They need you. You the energizer bunny. You the one is the energizer bunny right here. They need your light. Okay? You know, when you're dealing with them, you get down low too. When I think it was a couple of videos I was talking about David, and it was a point of time David said he had to get down low too, and he had to forgive himself because you get down low with him. But you come back and forgive yourself and going back, because let me tell you something. Sometimes a bully is a bully. A bully is a person gonna constantly do the same thing until you get up and you start fighting for who yourself and who you are. Because until then, they gonna constantly do the same thing. You have to, like I said, you can whoop that ass, and you can do it with the verbal, And you get down, and then you ask them if I forgive you for what you did, but you don't understand something. Sometimes you have to fight for everything you got, and it shouldn't be. But you're supposed to forget, and you're supposed to walk and walk off. And but honey, it's 70 times 70, babe. You better go figure it out what's 70 times 70. And it's 490 years. And it's almost there, honey. So that's the some scripture there here. This spiritual here, I do it all. I don't do no certain things and whatever. It is whatever is on my mind, whatever off my mouth, the most high speak, and there it is, and there's so. But Jeremiah was pissed off about this. He was angry. He came back to the room. He said all this stuff is rooted all the way in. He's mad about it because if it's rooted in, it has to do with the Akashic records, and it has to generate a tree of spirits of ancestry. He's mad about that. He said this ain't right. He said this ain't got nothing to do with the heart. And I laughed. I was like, wow, this deep. It's very deep. It is philosophy, and it's what it is. He's a prophet, and he's dealing with the Most High, and he's mad about how things is going. He don't like it, and it was too much rooted to. He's like, it's too much rooted. It's like these people constantly is doing the same thing, and it's like they're not even trying to change. This is what it's okay for them to keep doing all the things. And he's like, well, what you gonna do about it? I mean, he checking the Most High. I was like, wow. And it's like, wow. But that he was mad about it. See, when you're angry, you ain't balanced, right? You only looking at the one way. And certain things, and you have to have a balance. The way things have to make to manifest to what it's going to be. And Most High, how he do his thing is just what it is. And that is so, and just all I can say. But he did have his own ladder. They put him in the vault. They put him in the prison in the vault because he was given. How can I say? He was the prophet, and they were they call it what's called Benjamites or whatever you want to call it. They didn't. No, they didn't. They felt like he wasn't, but I understand him. When you're dealing with your family and friends, and this is the type of stuff, and when the position has been given, they don't like that type of stuff, and you got to hear all the magic of just what a person speak, because it's a spell. They gonna say things that can come against to it, and you got to deal with these what I call is these magicians of these priests and artistes. These priestess, because it's a man or a feminine. They are in the family don't like what you doing because they wouldn't give it to you. Now, let's get it on here. Leo is the lion, and the angry about it. So let's get on here. So the lion. This book here is on the Pluto. Pluto is hidden things, gonna bring it out. This is the second time on. This is the second one. I think Cardinal was the second one that I started doing these cards. So they give you some intuition on that. It's still on here. The lion is the Wizard of Oz. We're back again, friends. Number 72. Give you a 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. So this is past. Here it is. Divine masculine pride in the father. You know, when you're dealing with the lion, it's the divine and masculine and pride. It says the father. This with this card. It says often is referred to the king of the animal kingdom. The lion is embodies the energy of the divine masculine with us. The present of this card may also point into the fatherly relationship, whether with your biological father, chosen father figure, as with the bear. Card is the maternal as the relation of the relationship of our dad, and may not always be good or easy one. However, when the approach of the archetype of the father through the lens of the divine, we are given the opportunity to find what is the masculine energy needs to represent to us to feel empowering. When we speak of the divine masculine and the feminine through the lens of the spirituality, we are speaking about gender, but rather than two sides of the nature is the existence of all things. These are energies of one of the thing about two halves that make us whole, and that the exist of the spiritual is varying of degrees. It's talking about the degrees. I got 28, 29 on there for a reason, okay, if that resonates to somebody. Masculine energy is also thought as an active as a principle. The side of that is the ambitious. It's called ambitious, driven and ready to make moves. Feminine is the passive as a principle, open as the receptive observing. And the line is asked us about the relationship to our own as the masculine energy. What does the energy mean to you? What feelings arise when you need the words? Take the pride in the part of you of the nurture it well. It's a reflection of it's an archetype of the king of the ruler. Appears both of the as an unevolved and evolved energy, just as like everything else. Shadow is the version of the king of the tyrant. It's the authorization or authorin of it's the dictator. It's the enlightened ruler. It is to be it's benevolent. The values of people that who make us up his kingdom. He's willing to listen to the words of the wants, needs, and desire, and while also respecting the weight of the responsibility of power and commands. Is located the king inside of you. How can you feel embodied and balanced with the power? Now you're dealing with power. Now I said this had with the information with Jeremiah dealing with the Most High, and the energy gonna tell you that. But now let me get into this. Now I was on here talking about this of angels and demons. It says right here you have lifetime favor from the lights beings and angels, and you have also gained favor with dark entities. Your kind heart and merciful and nature has gained its recognition in all realms. Okay, your kindness healed demons and brought out of light in them that makes them feel indebted to you. You never resorted of the vengeance and prayed for the Most High, but to not only to forgive your enemies and entities that rose against you, but also to help them and to help them see this light that is an act of kindness has branded you as a healer of the both humans and demonic entities. Now, that's amazing. Give praises to the Most High. Give praise of shout out to Soul Family Oracle. It was just needing because when you're dealing with both, when you're dealing with light and dark, and when you're dealing with, like I said, sometimes you get along. You have to ask the Most High to forgive you for the things you do. You know what I'm saying? We're not the one to just keep on slapping somebody upside the cheek and just gonna think they ain't gonna be a response, because that don't make sense. Even a dog can sit here. Another dog is hitting another paw, constantly doing that. You know it's gonna be a reaction, and that's when you got to forgive. But how long? 7 times 7. People don't do that all the time, but a bully, you know what? Sometimes you have to get down. Like I say, get down, get low. Get low, get down. And then afterward, you shouldn't have to use your hands to harm another person. But there's a time for everything. There's a time for war and time for peace. Hello, somebody. I'm only gonna give up the strength and the truth, and let it be, and let it be. Sometimes you have to say, let it be, let it be. Okay. You can't make it, but if it's there, you ain't gonna allow nobody to do you like that. I'm not in here trying to start the mess, but it's already in the cauldron pot. But sometimes these witches and these magicians, that's what they do behind the scenes because they don't want you to know that they get down like that. The point of it is to keep it hidden. But they slip on, and they call it slip on slipper. You know, like I say, the slip on slipper is all the time when them other females that was trying to put their foot in one slipper, and it was only Queen was right there to be able to be right there by the king, and everybody wanted that slipper. Okay, everybody want that position, and like I said, sometimes it's not fit for everybody, and everybody fit of a size. Something too heavy, some too thin, some things is just PHT, fat, and just what lumptious is with an empress. She's always fat. She fat with ideas. She fat with all kinds of things. And where she go, she's always got abundance. Come on. And that in just one moment. So, well, now I went on here so just understanding that about this what I pulled in here. So like I said, it had to do with the Jericho, and Jericho had to do with the Brown Lake. And like I said, my understanding that the information that I pulled that had to do with 1691 and 1777. See, one thing about we coming from, we just had a holiday, which, holiday traditions, cultures, which would be that Cinco de Mayo, and that has to do with the Mayans, okay? And Mayans has to do with Spanish, different thing, Portuguese of ancestors of Mayans and Khans. And my understanding is about the indigenous of all of it. So also it can give you different things about their time. It still come back to the Papa Bull. See, I'm that one. I bring it in here. See, the Papa Bull had to do with the bulls, okay? So with the energy it is Taurus. So with the Papa Bull, it also has to do with a lot of different things of the Papa Bull, and like I say, and Paleo, and Paleo it has to do with the Leo, but it has to do something. It still come back to the point of paying back to a vault, paying back to what was done of ancestries past, because it is a karmic justice on that. I'm in here to give out the information to what's the energy. And energy is going to be on this earth. Earth is the only thing that I'm dealing with. Earth what matters. And earth is everybody's on it. So that understanding is to bring it back to where it is. That bring it from Vermont. It's going to bring a lot of things. And also had to tell you, Jericho has to do with the walls. But there's 28 feet of walls of dirt that's been up under the ground. So they give you a lot of information. All right. So my understanding the energy, it gives a lot of information about the Revolutionary War. Okay, give you about the land because this is what it was about in the first place. I also give you the information about the Taurus and the Hierophant because that is about the priest and priestess, about the land. It was blending in chords. It has to do with spiritual religion too. because what happened is it started mixing spiritual to religion, and stuff was stolen children and from the American Indians. We call the Indians and the indigens. I call it indigens. And to me, is the indigents has to do with the Indians that was sold into different places. I think I told you about those and things. So understanding is about go back for the hidden things of dark times. It comes back to remember, okay, of ancestry and ancestry cautious records. And so remember, it has to do with your mental, where it brings back us to of the grounding of it and how you deal with it. And but the sun is also the Zord. The Zord had to do with the original. It's about the being, about living. And it's about the blood. And it's negative and positive. It's the ABO. So when you're dealing with the 10th floor, to my understanding, 7 times 7 is 490 years. My understanding is has to do with the 10th floor is the family end. Like I said, when you're dealing with the family end, and it transform, somebody gonna transform. But when you're dealing with plot and betrayal, and these are the people that have. Now let's be real. Still about conscious, spiritual, and religion. Everybody wasn't always in religion. They were spiritual. Okay? Wars and different things happen. And things have been transformed to something else, being in religion. Now we're dealing with King James and Mary's son. Okay? In the Bible, most of it. And he had his own version of King James. There's other different type of Bibles, but my understanding that's where it's coming from. Now, my understanding why I came today was a reason because whatever is going on in your life, and if let Most High is letting me know and to give out the information, because all I had to do is open my mouth and there is so. It's letting you know that regardless of a plot or a betrayal, you still got the escape of a door that you're able to go in and come out of that. You don't have to stay in the same of the fire with the missing with different things of the spiritual things that you can understand, but you will. It's a test. My understanding, you done made it. My understanding, most High allow you are able to come out of it. There's the doors for you, okay? Now let me tell you how it's so real about it. The numbers is on here. I'm telling you, it's something. And them nines, like I said, the Most High is always and everywhere. And that 1770 and all of this stuff, 1850 coming around for Jericho, they're giving you a hidden thing of five. Five has to do with challenges and different things, the Hierophant and the Taurus. It bring you from a hidden time, 1850, 1857. It's giving you the information what's really going on. As a time, and with Jericho, it's just what it is. It's just like my understanding that it has to do with. It said it tells you that it is have to do with something that they was doing. They paid attention on December 25th of 1765. Says the rent of an ear of corn. It's an Indian corn was paid per as a payout of a shilling of per year was it was be paid about of starting. So what it's saying is using for the ending of the corn for reference of December 25th of 1773. These people was the Browns. They was in the prison. And my understanding of some of these, this had to do with the paleo and papal bull. My understanding, if you go figure it out your own self, But like I said, it was about the land. And also it has to do with vault. It has to do with victim, valor, and victor. So my understanding with that information, and it brought it back. I wrote that down, and then I read the information about Jeremiah had to do with that vault. That has to do up under the ground. So my understanding that this is what it's about. Now, let's see, anything else on here that I wanted to say about this? About the yes. Now I was reading anything about anything about I was about this indigence, and it was giving out the information that this had to do with the native people, which is the North American and South American Indians, and now it's continental of United States. So it is indigence about the Indians of what happened, giving you about what happened up and down. Also, it tells you that that Jericho has to do with the walls. But my other thing, it had to do with it had to the sea. It says right here, it has to do with AI. Let me get information when it says about the AI. What I read, I was like, what is this about? And I couldn't believe that it had something to do with the Bible. And my understanding that it says here, it is after the Israelites crossed of the monument marked sign and delivered sacrifice and lamb of a tribe, and has the Jordan River into the promise of the land, and it instructed them to destroy the city of Jericho and everything in it. And the Israelite named as Archon took the what is this called? Anyway, it took something in Jericho that was forbidden. That it was as a result of the Israelite, and it has to do with the defeating of they had tried to destroy the city of Ai after Achan was held accountable, and that was the Elohim again assisted to Israel in the battle. So this has got to do with all of this is together. I couldn't believe a lot of things. I could tell you, I didn't read the whole book, but like I said, it was something for what it needed. It needed. That's why I said it was called. This was about it's hungry hippos. It says right here. I remember Tanner's game playing on the Full House, because this was on it's playing it. It was a full house, so it was a big part of my childhood. Hungry hippos, strong as embodies the American hard-working spirit, but the game brings families together to prepare the children for the dog-eat-dog world. .com. So you get to understanding that we dealing with hungry hippos, and that is the hippo right here. Now that's the energy. So let's go on number Henry. Now brought Henry back in here. So, shout out to Henry. Because didn't I last video saying Henry, I wasn't even trying to say it. Because that was the last video. That's letting you know that is on. It's on the. It's. Please forgive me. I know I was sitting up there sipping on that coffee like that. You know, some people don't like to hear that when you're doing your coffee. Please excuse me. And I'm on the video. So hippo. Let's figure out which number is hippo. But that's the energy though. You know, hippos, they big. You know, I could say a fight with I seen a fight, a hippo and a lion, and baby, the lion did not win. Baby got towed up. And like I said, when you messing with a woman and lioness, they the ones who go and hunt. And baby, someone was like, "No, I ain't gonna mess with it. I ain't gonna mess with it." So let me. Anyway, what I put on the hippo in here? That oh, okay, that's the only one. I put that in there. I had to go back in there. Oh, 78. 78 is the 15. Okay, 15 is my understanding. 15 is the devil, but devil has to do with the earthly matters. Hmm. Hmm. So it means abundance. Okay, with this card, it's abundance and reaping rewards and indulgence, or indulgence. Now AI has got to do AI into in AI is artificial intelligence, but this got to do with indulgence. A heavyweight is an animal kingdom. The hippo is the third largest land mammal. See, they got to do with the land. Behind the elephant and the white rhino, the incredible mass of the hippopotamus represent the themes of the abundance expansion of intelligence. And you're pulled the hippo card and you are in the flow of it. So this the energy. You in the energy of the hippo. This is the collective of the hungry hippo. And then you got the rabbit energy. And guess what coming on here 2024, which is the tiger. The eye of the tiger. That's Rocky. I think that's Chicago, Chi-Town, something like that. So with that, that's how you know it's you know pull the card. There's abundance. This is blessed, highly favored fortune. And then you get the two pairs. I seen two rabbits. I was trying to like, why are they always in pairs? Because I'm not seeing them like that. This is 2024, so they let you know you got to escape. You already got this one, abundance, expansion, and plus the card of mine, what I watched, and I was like trying to figure out what that was about. So, there it is. It's like it's like abundance in many, in all areas of all lives. That's giving you the a joyful energy that comes along with hippo, as are deeply in flow and gratitude with the card is present as well. Entertaining the everything indulgent is rewarding yourself of your hard work. Just make sure you're not overboard and to hoard all the good tidings for yourself. It's the hippo also is the share of wealth. Literally is figuratively of those that we love. After you're taken of a moment of a treat of yourself and remember that all that you will eventually have to get to work again and create even more moments and abundance for your life. So that is amazing. And that is, like I said, 6, 7, 8 is 15. It has to do with the goat. You know what I'm saying? The goat has to do with work and about the material of matter. With when you're dealing with grounding, okay. And when you're grounding the earth, that's the earth matter, is what I'm saying. And everything is good here. That's good. Amazing, amazing. Like I said, some things, that energy you can always transform to a channel from something of a negative factor, and you can transform it to the light, regardless of what's going on in your whole life. Because let me tell you something, these people, their purpose is, you know what I'm saying? They up to something. They always doing something. So now I gave the tiger. No, I given the rabbit. And like I said, I gave the information about the rabbit. Remember, rabbit is about the fortune. And the tiger, let's see what the tiger is about. That's number 56, and that's 11. And what is the 70. See, these numbers are reason. 70 is on here. I done talked about that. As you gonna see it, and it's on here 70. And like I said, it's something else. So, hmm, 56 is the justice, to my understanding. 5 and 6 is 11. 5 and 6 that got to do with bull and the lovers. My understanding has to do with carnal desires and uplands. Since we already got cardinal, and you got cardinal already in here. See? Now, I'm going to get on in that in a minute. But these are the energy. This is a good thing, though. It is the regal tiger has inspired both of awe and fear in humans across centuries. It is often is admired and desired is the beautiful coat. I first started. The first thing I said about this was about the energy, which was the fourth of Earth. And then I just started about that. It has to do with beauty, and that is a beautiful thing. And it has to do with ownership and beauty of divine order, trusting the solid foundation, because that's where we started. Okay, this is about divine order, about the earth. Is all we talking about. So, to be honestly, and you give too much, you give too much of the energy. Sometimes you have to save something for yourself now. Okay. And it says the tiger feels carnal and powerful and full of desire. You too embody the eros. And if you pull this card, is in a reading. Okay. And as there is a hunger that exists within all of us, and I said the hungry hippo. This is all together. I'm not in order. I mean, what I'm saying, I didn't pick. I just pulled them, but I didn't know the energy is telling you about what this is going to be. There is a hunger that exists within all of us. What is the fuel of the beast inside? Okay, it may be a person, a place, a thing. If you feel this hungry as churning, it is time to feed. Our passions can be an incredible, a primordial force of power that we can use to embrace deep fulfillment of pleasure. Alternatively, you may be in the incredible flow of the luxury of abundance. Regardless of something, there is a deep as a tangible pleasure calling out to you now. It's called intient or calling lineate. When you intate yourself into mysteries, look into the other cards around the tiger for clues. So the tiger to me had to do with fusion, and that has to do with the 12 of the archetypes, and that has to do with hidden things that bring into light, and it gives you a lot of information of the tarot, which would be paleo, which is tarot. Okay, and it's giving you the information that it is to bring hidden things into light. Okay, it's spiritual, and that my understanding, it is a part of the chi. Okay, which the tiger is the chi. Okay, so that is a relationship, and it's of a pleasure. What you feel of your body, and when you have a less time of intentional cultivate and engage with it. Eros is the Greek and also describes the ways we express the physical passion of desire. And it has to do with the asteroid in astrology that we can look and help and unlock an expression of fulfillment. The asteroid can also located through many different of online astrology sites. Locate yourself and invite Eros energy. Though anything that feels erotic is erotic or delicious. Where this is when you have your natal chart. You go on your natal chart, get your information about astrology, and that is going to be bring about who you are. love yourself, and to find out anything to find within yourself to make yourself um, better, or to feel more about your purpose of driven in this world. And it's just the hidden things, but also it is the Most High make everything. His living word and everything He did is how we do. Some things we can have everything in the world and use it for not good things for yourself or other people. So you can take anything and be negative, or you can be positive. It's up to you. But this here, everything was given, and use it. And this is the understanding of the chi, of the tiger. And that is the chi. It's giving you the information, the astrology giving you open doors of things of don't allow other people saying something is negative, whereas everything is here for reasons, for purpose. Like I said, sometimes I'm telling you about dealing with different things, and I notice about it. It tells you so, and it tells you about the archetype of it. To me, the 12 archetype has to do with the 12 grand cycle, and it's gonna tell you that. But when you're dealing with it, it's unlocking of the dreams of it. Okay. Let me see. I can give an introduction of something. Let's find something. Archetypes. Okay, let's go into this one. This one is about archetype of council dreams. It has to do with Babylonian Mesopotamia, okay, 3100 BCE. And it has to do a lot to do with the dreams analysis of divination, and that is that acted on message you believe their dreams contain, okay? My understanding with divination is has to do with dive in. It has to do with divided and division of a nation. Okay? Divination has to do with divided of a nation. And break it down. Then don't allow nobody, you can't make nobody, but don't allow somebody else to make it that it's all bad, because it's not. So it is trying to figure out most of the little things that I'm trying to bring in. And to me, it's about the philosophers. And then you got the naysayers, and there's the negative effect of others and gifts, of the different type of realms, because we're dealing with controlling of controlling, right? We know about who controls, okay? And that's what they're for, to do their job about it, okay? We're in here to understanding about, most I want all of us to understand about the dark part. You can't learn about light only and not know about the dark. You just half of it. Ain't division no more. It's straight up, straight like that. Truth. And that is what you need. Now the door was there, and I had on here, and like I said, I started about with Jeremiah at the letter, and Jeremiah and his escape. I gave you the information too. So let's get on here about the shadow person. Shadow person has to do with exhaust. It says, as long and challenging as this journey is, it is worth the struggle. The results are long term and worth and every sacrifice made along the way. This like you're going through a lot. And the shadow part is the hidden part. And that's the spiritual hidden thing. But you be tired. You know what I'm saying? So let's get on that shadow card. Shadow. That's 51. That's still a 5. You know what I'm saying? Challenge. So it is, to me, It's a entire deck that's devoted to a journey of becoming acquainted of the unrecognized self. Now this is about recognizing, because in the fifth house it is have to do with the lion and to be recognized. Because one thing about a king and a queen, you have to be recognized, right? You need to recognize. So sometimes you have to recognize your own self. Sometimes you have to celebrate your own self. And sometimes everybody not gonna always celebrate about you. Sometimes you have to celebrate for what you do daily. You know, you need it though, but it's the recognition of the lion, okay? And that's what you're dealing with. That is next to the shadow person. So you're dealing with anger and exhaustion at the same time. But the shadow person is giving you the recognition of the lion. It's connecting. Okay? So it's the unrecognized self. The part of us is called ever elusive. It's slipping in and out of the shadows, difficult to pin down and ever have a real conversation with. However, the shadow person happens to pop up in your pool, you have the fleeting luck of doing just that. It's luck. All this energy is going on here ain't nothing but abundance, lucky. You know, rabbit is fortune. Target giving you the information to go and find out more things about yourself, of astrology, giving you the information of a feud of Jung, giving you of the hidden things of shadows that bring into light. The understanding that is open doors here to get the understanding about everything about yourself, then you know who you really are. Let's see. Like I say, unrecognized self has arrived to have honest conversation with you. Whatever inner work you've been doing has thrust and a level of self awareness upon you, and your shadow is ready for integration, and can be difficult to know to the next steps. Okay, when you reach this point of our journey, sometimes knowing those equalities exist can feel like enough, and maybe it is. Take this opportunity to ask the side of yourself and what it want it needs, and where it would like to live now. How can what's called ratify their resistance and make peace with the demands? Remember that this is really a part of the essence. In essence, show yourself compassion, understanding instead of shame of guilt. And we have all the pieces, and ourself is struggling to fit. So you got the key, and read up to John 12 of archetypes and the exist of the light and shadows that to be live live with us. That is the dark. And then it says resonates that you must prayerfully right now have the conversation that the side of yourself. And you got the key. You know, somebody give you the key. There it is. The key, the key, the key. You got the key. And the door is open. You got the key to go in. Okay, there it is. The door was up here. I seen it. Looked up in the sky. You always supposed to look up. There it is, the sun. There was no door. The door is right there. A door is a triangle. It is a door. That's what it means. But when that line come down, number 4, that means you coming out of escape out of something. Okay? But you got the key. You got the key. That's got to do with the 4s, and when it says you got the key. You got the key. So open that door. Okay. So now the next one is the world. You know, world is perception, okay? But look at that. It's got the moon. That's a different type of a moon of a phase, right? You see that? It's moonlight on here. But also remind me of that time of age of Aquarius, okay? Look at the stars right here. That's number 10. 10 of stars right there. That also gives you the information that is to Cappy, which to go, Capricorn. That also gives you the information that this is a time. a time as a person to be seen out here on the earth. But look at the 10 stars. Let's give you the information. There's enlightenment on there. That is, to me, is Aquarius. All right, it's the water barrier. There it is. It's a beautiful thing. But persuasion, it tells you right here. Persuasion is all about how to see the situation. If you're looking for negatives, you will find them because there are many. But try to concentrate of the positive that are plenty of them too. Giving you all, it's light and dark here, negative and positive. All right, you have a choice. You can transform the negative to positive, because everything is for a reason, and that's about the world. This is the world. So this is like the world. It's got to do with the Craig. This is about the world. Shout out Friday. Anyway, this is about the cardinal. Okay, cardinal has to do with frustration. So we got persuasion and frustration. Our frustration is not wasted for energy. If it is channeled positively to create a better outcome for yourself, embrace frustration and work with it and not against. Let me tell you, I came here. Let me tell you, deal with the spiritual, different hidden things now. And honey, let me tell you something. You're dealing with a whole lot of stuff. Okay, and something like I said, people are upset because of you have things that they don't have, and how you deal with it. You have to deal with them. But like I said, you got the hippo, you got that abundance, fortune again, tiger the eye. You got different things of the of astrology, give you more information about yourself. Fourth Earth, what that says, the fourth of Earth, also give you a Uranus energy as well. Also, with the fifth, what they call the fifth house, has to do with Lion. Also has to do with the Saturn return, and that also is Jupiter return. Is in the energy. Also, give you the information of the Uranus energy. And if that's in that fifth house, to give you all the information that this is what it's about. It has to do with transformation. It's giving you death and rebirth, giving you an ending of things. Also mean abundance with number 9. Also bring the end, but also give you abundance with it too. The karmic justice is come from the past, all the way from the past, long time ago, bringing you that everything is going to be in order. And it's a divine order. It started it. It's divine order. But when you're on 7 times 7, like I said, 13, 5, and 1, it's going to give you that. Speak, express. And that is about the saints. You have the audacity to do anything. It is the spiritual awakening in life, to see. And the light of veil, dark at the same time, both. See, I'm not in here saying what I can and cannot. It is the spirit. You can't stop about what the Most High is, the Hikoyas. Hikoyas. And you can't do it with the Hikoyas. Hikoyas is here. They're here to speak. These are shamans. These are the ancestry that's been given and passed to given to you, an open mouth to say and express how you feel. Because this is what the sun is about, is absorbing. And the set is all of that, the sun and the set, but that's together. But it comes as a whole of a 12 of a grand cycle. And that is the collective. And that's the energy. And that is born in unity. And it is. And there it is. You got different things of division and doctrines. Also, you get spiritual. It is conscious and unconscious. You got people with the negative and positive, but it's all the same. It's the same stuff. It's just people is controlling it. That's all it's about. Magic. Magic has to do with create, but also has to do with a teacher. It's a healer. It's a philanthropist. It's changing of coming that will lead you to your divine purpose mission. And that got to do with your business. Whatever you want to do, take the initiative. Make things happen. A symbol of synchronities. what they call synchronicities, or I call it synchronings of your personal power of self determination. Your angels is providing encouragement and asking yourself to take initiative. Make things happen. Be confident in your abilities. That is a reminder to trust your inner wisdom and intuition as an angel number 151. That means a spiritual leader. You are a spiritual Hakoyas. Also, you're going to deal with jealousy. Jealousy. No one of them. Alright? That's some clairaudience. Alright, so you were dealing with jealousy. It's 2-pack of 3. I could have or would have. I left 3 and raised up ascension to the sun, to the shine, and shine, shine, shining. Shining, shining, shining. As the partner, our friends, family, who is communicate, co-workers, and nasty spirits with different vins, with their covens, and talk behind, and they shame. So you deal with them, but they don't do nothing. Number 1 on Magic Create, they're in on 1. You got to discern these deception, demons, tricksters, and disguise themselves as a guardian angel or spirit guides to gain people trust. Remember, they want the trust before secretly surveilling their homes and lives. Okay? It says foot on the gas. Monitor spirits, you or your family. Spy like eyes. Spy like eyes. 707 angel number, wake up call, spiritual inner guidance and divine support, twin flame journey, awakening of the transformed. 707, 17, 7 and 17, 727, 747, and 757. And that is twin flame, money and more. Trust in your work, know your work. Master art, monitor intelligent of self, chosen of your fate, new of identity. Now, putting in some spiritual in there, he said he was going to change everything. And how things going, it's not, like I say, we kind of think we know everything, but we don't. And I mean, I believe in everything. I believe in faith. Expose, monitor spirits, expose what they call the reveals of the hunter's secret of the strategies. Everything that's hidden, it will not always be hidden anymore. And that is the word. Truth, unveil. Right? Truth unveil. And everything unveiled is the beast. And it will be coming out. You can't hold it. And that's the reason why about the things about spirituality of conscience, because when you're not controlled, see, the point is the control of all of it. And when you can't control of the spiritual or the Most High with he deal with his children, and open your mouth, because their job is to control it. You understand? So when you're dealing of the line and shadow person, and the shadow person also, it was nothing negative, it was positive, but it's giving you about the world and the cardinal. And cardinal has to do with the Rome cardinal of the world of it. Now I'm going to go back into what they say. Now I'm going to go back in what I say. Now listen, the line has to do with the head of it, all right? It is the kingdom of it. It's the kingdom, all right? And the shadow person also is giving out the information on this particular one that is positive things. It's also tell you two of the hands that look like a lamb, to be honest with you. Also, that person behind it also is the lamb. Hello. The shadow person, like, yeah, that's the hidden part. That somebody is the spirit. It is the Holy Spirit. Also, is the real Hakodesh. Also, it's the Holy Spirit that's telling you the information that's behind the scene of the lion. This particular one is the lamb. And like I said, everything ain't what you think it is. Every time when I first seen the shadow, I said, "Oh Lord!" But then when I read it, it wasn't. Like I say, about. Everything is not exactly where we think. It's more than what it really is. But the moon of the world's perception of persuasion. But with the cardinal, it's gonna give you the information because where it came back from a long time ago anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that is the goal. And also, like I said, understanding going into the goal goes into the what? Aquarius or water berry. But it's the cardinal. So that's the water and the bird. Bird to me is like water in a fire. But my understanding, it is a beautiful thing about the cardinal. It's the victory. You get the victory of a 70. Okay? Because that's the page. 70 is what it is. 70 times 7 is 490. 9 4 is 13. Transform of that you get the information. Now we on Oracle Pluto, Oracle of the Pluto of these cards. Also mine, and also I got these other one in here telling you give too much energy. I got them. So let's get on in here. Now I'm just telling you, when you're dealing with different hidden things, understand, know yourself because they're gonna deal with you. And like I said, you have to let them know who you are. You know, I ain't dealing with it. When I say when people is what they are, they nasty, they hell nasty. And when they nasty, they just nasty. They give you Orisha, change number 10. We got 10 stars on here. Everything's in order. 25, 67, 7, 11, 21, 8, and 17, 22. There we go again. Updos is back in the style of nights. So y'all know updos, they back. You know, that's when we had 3 packs of hair. And up in the updo, they back in style. Okay. See anything else on here? Boy, that ain't too much. I'm gonna do they flip. I'm gonna do what I got here. I got the Star Child. And then the male mission creates leadership selective choice. So all of these flipped up in here. They can't stop you. I'm the gingerbread man. Can. They can't stop you. I'm the gingerbread man, can. Hey, smarter than you. They smarter. I'm saying what? I'm smarter than you. Sagittarius is sage. They know. They know. That's what they say. Sagittarius sage. They know. They know. Good old boys, good old gals. I need more air. More air. I need more air, more air, more air. Justice. Line lawyers got to deep watch surveillance. Again. So like I said, you're dealing with exposed monstrous spirits, exposed of the reveals of the hunter of the secret strategies. Gonna tell you anything about the master and about the monitor, intelligent of self, chosen of fate, of new identity. It's about the new ID, and everybody wants the new ID. Everybody wants the new ID. They want yours, or they either want somebody else's IDs. Whatever that is, whoever resonates, significance on what all of this. Wake up to call and monitor spirits in your family, spy like eyes. Foot the gas. Get the moving. Discern of deception of demon tricksters that disguise themselves as guardian angel or spirit guides again. People trust. People trust who? It says before secret surveillance of the homes of lies. Now surveillance is twice, 3 on here is justice is on here is karmic justice anyway. It's about the line lawyers and got deep. Somebody messing around with the justice. And some of these lawyers got in trouble. Now I'm saying that that resonate for somebody. Some of these lawyers was doing all kinds of stuff, they got in trouble. That means they were doing something behind the scenes, okay? And like I say, jealousy. When you're dealing with people in your family, friends, and that, you have to let them know that, hey, if they got a problem, then they need to go to the Most High. Because, hey, anger and exhaustion and persuasion and frustration don't do anything. Because we transform from that negative thoughts into positive things. Because that's what we do. And the energy is the hippo and the rabbit and the tiger. You got it going on. I'm just saying. I can say this hungry hippo and the hippo and the rabbit and tiger, the energy is here. But it is amazing. I'm saying y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful week. And that is so. So we don't worry about all that negative stuff because they got a power. They want your energy, honey. That's all it was in the first place. So hungry hippo giving all the information of the of Jupiter, Saturn return, Jupiter return, of the fourth of Earth. Everything's on this earth, and the Most High has given, and that is the divine order. Have a wonderful day.